Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. Been a while since I've filmed a video on comics, and this is some Manwha, which is Chinese comics. Didn't know it was called that back in the day. I assumed this was Japanese comics back in the day. I really didn't pay attention to it because I only had one issue of this back when I was about 14. Buddy of mine I went to school with. I'm gonna call him Red. Shows up at school like one Monday. He's like, man, I found this really cool comic at Walden's Books in the mall because we didn't have consistent access to a comic shop. So for direct market stuff, we kind of relied on Walden's Books. They got some stuff in. He's like, I got this. It was called Jademan Kung Fu Special Number 1, which I have a copy of. I think I've done a video on it. And it was Chinese comics, like 2 chapters out of 4 different series with a cool poster in the middle of this guy with a Ferrari. And it was, like a $2 and something book. Or, yeah, but it looked amazing. Like, the art was so different, so I picked it up and never saw any more. Didn't know until about 2 years ago when now not anymore, doesn't exist, well, it exists, they just don't put out new stuff anymore. Cartoonist Kayfabe YouTube channel started talking about it. Well, I just recently, online comic shop I use, mycomicshop.net or .com, either one of them. That's what used to be Lone Star. They have their dollar comic sales. I got each one of these for $1. Come want some of these. So I'm gonna flip through them real quick. Put them 2 to the side. Move this into the middle. Give us a little bit more light there. Let's see if this will help. Alright, so this is issue 7. I'll give you the Tony Wong did these. And what these was translated in English reprints of different stories. This is called The Force of Buddha's Palm. This is one of the ones that was in that Jade Man special. And you can see the color on this. Let me zoom in a little bit. That looks pretty good. Like the coloring looks different. It's got more pastels and more, I don't know how to describe the colors. It looks so different than what you were getting from Marvel at the time. Because this is 1989. That's what I was saying. I think it was like right before 1990. And it's basically, Manhwa and manga have a lot of similar tropes, and this has, it feels like some manga. And at the time I'd read a little. I'd read My the Psychic Girl. I'd probably read like an issue or 2 of Area 88. There's something else I'm forgetting right now. Oh, maybe a couple issues of Lone Wolf and Cub here and there. But this is gorgeous art, and the stories are pretty good. And the thing about this was a $1.50 comic in '89, which I think Marvel probably would have been 75 cents to $1 then. But you get color, you get no ads on the inside, and you get, already we're at 22 pages, and we're not even at the halfway point, so we already got one more page of story than a Marvel book was giving me time. I don't know about DC. I don't know what DC's page rate was. They were doing for their pages at the time. Like the shading, like it just looks, even now looks so different. And these series ran for quite a while. Like most of them ran 10 to 12, 14, sometimes 20 something issues. I don't know if they finished the stories. I don't know if these stories had endings. Just really cool stuff out here. Nobody ever mentioned it anymore. I hardly heard anybody mention back then. My buddy introduced me to it. It was not long after I saw that video. I was talking to him on the phone. He's like, he goes, I remember the book. He goes, I know his name. I was like, yeah. I was like, look, this online comic shop's got a copy. So I ordered 2 and sent one up to him. He's like, oh man, he goes, I remember it now. Okay, 60 pages of story, and our ads are an ad for the next issue. And then like a letters page and how they produce their comics. And they actually had a horror series. They got a horror series I got from them. That was pretty cool. I'll flip these next 2 real quick, and then that'll end it. But really cool cover. Like I said, good art. Knock my light over. I'm experimenting with some new lights. April of '89, published monthly. I'm just really look at it. It's like God, what is his name in Final Fantasy VI? I always name him Guile. The other brother, not Edgar, the other brother that does the Street Fighter moves. Looks like it's Pummel. I've been playing that recently, so that's kind of fresh in the memory. And another thing I remember about these is like even in that little special I had, the stories did not read real quick. Like this guy right here, His look reminds me a little bit of the Demon from Jack Kirby, who he stole from Hal Foster from Prince Valiant. And that's what you I'm sure. And these might even not be the top of the line stories coming out of Chinese Manwha. Who knows? This is what we got over here. Look at how many panels on the page. 3, 6, 9. Those 4. 13 panels on that page. Wow. That's a lot. This is grayscale. Look at that grayscale work. So gorgeous. And it's on cheap newsprint. There's the thing. These books are, 89, so they're what? 30-something years old, over 30-something years old, and they're not yellowing. Like, I don't know, they could have been sitting in protective bags this whole time. They looked mini-mint. I mean, the copies are all listed as fine or very fine or fine or very fine. I was looking at the bags and boards. I got them off the camera range. The Force of Buddha's Palm, issue 10, coming in May. Free poster for next issue, man. I'll show you the free poster. I actually love this free poster. Hopefully I can get it on camera. Okay. That's all I'm going to show you is the poster of this one. Look at that. Jademan Comics, Tony Wong. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed them. If you did, give me the thumbs up. Leave a comment, subscribe. Y'all, anybody out there ever read any Manwha? Let me know. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.